Hey guys, how y'all doing? This is your girl Elke back with another YouTube video. And yeah, today I wanted to have the vegan talk. And I was thinking about it for quite some time now, whether to do a video about it or not, because a lot of people feel you know, hostile or um, judgmental towards vegans or the vegan lifestyle. And I've gone vegan now, I think it's been about almost 2 months. So I was thinking, well, should I do a video? What makes me qualified to talk about it? I don't really, I haven't lived the vegan lifestyle for a long time. So I kind of waited and, thought about it. But then I'm thinking, I don't have to be qualified. I don't have to, be a professor or, you know, um, anyone, that has lived this life for a very long time. So that's why I decided to do this video to talk about it. Yeah, because I think it's important to spread the message, to spread the word, and to share what I've learned and the way I've been living and the way it's been affecting me. And so yeah, I just really wanted to talk about it with you guys. So first of all, I became vegan pretty much not so much by accident, because I have seen vegan posts before and I have known about the vegan lifestyle, and I have seen videos here and there. So I always kind of like knew about it. But then, one day about 2 months ago, I came across somebody's post, and it talked about Russell Simmons. And so I clicked on Russell Simmons' profile, and he was promoting his new book, which is The Happy Vegan by Russell Simmons. A little tiny, cute little book. So I was intrigued. I was curious, and I went on Amazon and I ordered the book. And I was like, okay, I want to read it. I want to see what this is about, because I have seen Russell Simmons, here and there. And every time I see him, he's always happy. He's always in a good mood. He looks good. I never see him angry. I never see him depressed. And so I was really intrigued. And I was like, okay, I'm going to get this book and I'm going to see what this is all about. I'm just going to read it from cover to cover. And I want to see what it's about, what I can learn, what information it has, if any, because I was skeptical as well. Like I said, I have not been a vegan my entire life. I grew up on chicken. I grew up on eggs. I grew up on milk. I grew up on, meat like everybody else. Especially milk. That was like my thing. I mean, I was literally addicted to milk. I needed to drink milk every single day. Like, I love milk, whole milk, at least 1 or 2 glasses a day. So that was like my thing, milk in my coffee every day. And that was kind of like my major thing. It's like the milk thing. And I heard other people tell me before, Elke, you need to cut out the dairy. You need to stop eating cheese. You need to stop drinking milk. You need to stop eating yogurt. All that dairy is not good for you. And, if you want to lose weight, cutting out the dairy would help you. Because I told people before that I'm not really a big meat eater. I was never really fond of meat. When I was a kid, me and my sister, we would swap. I would take her vegetables and she would take my meat, because I never really liked meat. So the meat thing was never really like, hard for me. For me, the big thing was the milk. So the book came, I've read it, and I was just, my life literally changed 180 degrees. My mind was blown, just from this little teeny tiny book. I was a changed woman. I was like, this is crazy. All the knowledge that's in the book, all the, facts that are in the book. And, you can go and you can see the studies and you can see the facts and you can see all the studies that have been made on the subject, whether it's the environment, whether it's the animal cruelty, whether it's what it does to your body. I mean, it was truly, 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 truly life-changing for me, a life-changing experience. And I have to say, one of the reason um, I got the book as well was because I was going through ups and downs. You know, we all have the ups and downs. And I've been having my ups and downs a lot. You know, usually I'm like, you know, happy, 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 happy. And then I have like one bad day and then I'm happy, happy, happy again. But about, you know, maybe like 3-4 months ago, I mean, it was constantly up and down, up and down. And I felt depressed and sad. And I was wondering, like, what is going on with me? Like, what is going on with my body? What is going on, you know, with my mood? I mean, I had really bad mood swings and depressions. And I was kind of searching for a change. I was kind of looking for something that might be able to give me answers, that might be able to give me information, or just something that maybe I needed to change in my life. Because everything is fine. You know, I like my job. I like the work that I do. I like the way I look. You know, I'm happy with my family life. I'm happy with my friends. I live in, you know, California, for crying out loud. The weather is always nice. But there was just something not right. I was, you know, getting depressed a lot. So then I read the book. And it just totally explained everything to me. It is really what you put in your body. It really affects you. I mean, believe it or not, you know, when they say, oh, you eat a really heavy meal and afterwards you feel sluggish and tired, and yes, you do, physically you do, but it also affects you mentally. And that was the reason why I was depressed a lot, because of what I ate. It really made me feel, you know, heavy and sad and depressed. You know, I put all this food in my body and drank all this milk. And I can tell you, I mean, I'm not lying when I tell you, for the past 2 months, I've been happy. I have not had one down day. I have not had one depression or one mood swing, because I've really been, you know, eating healthier. I've really been watching what I put in my body. And I really think that it affects your body and it affects the way that you feel. It really does. So now to some of the misconceptions that people think. For example, people think, well, I've always ate meat. You know, we always did it. My parents did it. My grandparents did it. My great-great-grandparents did it. You know, people back, you know, 100 years ago did it. And yes, that's true. They have. But they have not eaten the kind of meat that we're eating today. For example, my dad had a chicken coop in his backyard when I was a little girl, when I was like, you know, 3-4 years old. So we would, like, on the weekend go and get a couple of eggs and, you know, have our own eggs. But we didn't, you know, we never really ate the chickens because we had the chickens for the eggs. But there was no antibiotics, there was no hormones, there was no mass production of eggs or chickens. It was a completely different eating. So our grandparents or great-grandparents, yes, they ate meat and they ate chicken and they ate eggs, but it wasn't the kind of meat and chicken and eggs that we are eating. So you can't even compare the two things, okay? What they ate back in the days was natural, and they didn't eat it in the masses that we are consuming it nowadays. I mean, nowadays, we're consuming so much meat, it's ridiculous. And the meat is full of antibiotics, the meat is full of hormones, the meat is full of painkillers, and all of this stuff that's in the meat, well, guess what? You're eating it. You're eating it. And some people, they wonder, they're always at the doctors prescribes them antibiotics, and the antibiotics are not working. You want to know why they're not working? Because your body already has so much antibiotics in it that it's already immune to the antibiotics that you're getting from your doctor. So you really, really, really need to think about that whole, well, my grandparents used to eat meat. It's not the same kind of meat. Totally different. Then people say, well, only rich people can go vegan. Really? Because the last time I checked, when I go to the grocery store, meat is way more expensive than any produce. I mean, maybe not avocado. Avocado is kind of expensive, but I love avocado. But if you go to the store, meat is way more expensive than produce. So yeah, that's not true. And there's so many vegan options that you can get, even in fast food restaurants. If you go to PETA.com, they're actually having a whole list of all the, you know, very well-known fast food places and all of the vegan options that are on the menu. And they also have a list of regular restaurants, you know, like Sizzlers and I don't know, Applebee's and whatever, and they listing all of the restaurants and then all of the menu options that they have. So really, it's not hard, and you do not need to be rich. Then other things that people say is, well, if I go vegan, then people might think that I'm weird. Okay, and what's wrong with that? I love being weird and I love being different. And at this point, part of me being vegan is kind of like being, being standoffish and being like, no, I'm not doing what society tells me to do. I'm not going to eat what society tells me to eat. I'm going to eat and do what I wanted to do. And I've always been this way. I always did whatever I wanted to do. I never followed anybody or a trend or, what anybody told me to do. And so kind of like the vegan thing is kind of like one of those things now. It's like, yeah, I'm going to do it because I am different and because that's what I want to do. I'm not going to, eat and do what everybody else says. And if people think that I'm weird, well, guess what? I'm going to embrace it. Then I'm going to be weird. I don't care. But I know that I'm doing the right thing. The funniest thing is when people say, well, going vegan and not eating meat, I'm not going to be strong. I'm not going to get my protein. I'm going to be weak. Do your homework. Yet again, black beans, lentils, and I don't know how many other plant-based foods are out there have way more protein than meat. You don't eat meat. You're fine. You'll live. Guess what? I've been vegan for 2 months, and guess what? I'm still alive. Alive and healthy. Feel good. I'm not on my deathbed yet. So I think I'm doing good. And I think a lot of people that are bodybuilders, that want to work out, they want to get strong, they don't need meat. They're fine. For example, the only male U.S. Weightlifter in the Olympics is vegan, completely vegan. And listen, he was the only U.S. male that competed in the Olympics. Totally vegan. Plenty of other people I follow on Instagram that work out, that are personal trainers, that are bodybuilders, that are athletes, vegan. They don't eat meat. They're fine. They're alive. They're strong. They're stronger than me and you. They're stronger than, I don't know, anybody else that you probably know that eats meat. Don't eat meat. They're good. No worries. You can totally be strong without eating any meat. Listen, kids. I'm not the one to judge. I'm not the one to preach. I'm not the one that has all the answers or that has all the knowledge. And I'm sure not the one that was born and raised a vegan, okay? I'm just as guilty as everybody else, okay? I just recently turned vegan. So my whole entire life, I ate meat and chicken and drank milk, like I said before. But it's okay to change. And what really pisses me off when people say, well, you're a hypocrite, you ate meat and you do this. Yes, I did. I ate. But guess what? You can change. It's never too late to change. Even if you don't give it up completely, even if you just cut out meat or you cut out chicken, instead of eating it 4 times a week, you only eat it twice a week or once a week, okay? Even if you give up, I don't know, chicken completely, but you still have fish once in a while, you're still making a change, and you're still making a change towards the positive. So it really pisses me off when people want to attack me on my newfound veganism. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, everything else in life when you make a change, let's say you start a new diet, people pat you on the back and they say, good job, I know you can do it, every day, step by step, little by little, making a change. Or you give up drinking, okay, you're making a change, you're going to, I don't know, a rehab, for your drugs, or little by little, you stop doing, you stop smoking cigarettes, or you stop doing anything that, that is bad for you. People will support you, and people will pat you on the back, and people will say, good for you, I'll support you, a good change. But with the veganism, for whatever reason, people are so yay or nay, you either in or you out, you either got to do it all the way or don't do it at all. That's so bullshit. I don't understand that. I don't understand. If you literally eat meat every single day and you literally cut it down to maybe half that amount, you're already saving a lot of animals, and you're already doing a lot for your own health and for the environment. So even if you do it step by step and not right away, all of it, you know what I mean? You're still doing better than somebody that doesn't do anything at all. For example, Russell Simmons, I think in his book it said it took him 2 years to fully, completely become a vegan. So it doesn't have to be an overnight process. It could be step by step. You don't have to be afraid of it. And it's okay. It's okay if once in a while you still have some chicken here and there, or you drink a glass of milk. I don't understand why people have to be so judgmental and so mean about it. Like, well, you gotta, do it all the way. Well, you used to eat meat. Yeah, and you know what? I opened my eyes. I did my homework, and now I'm doing better. And now I changed myself for the better. And that's all that matters. What's in the past is in the past. I can't change the past, but I can definitely change the future. And listen, kids, I don't want to bother you with numbers or nothing like that. Again, you can, do all the research on, on all those websites that, support veganism, and you can Google or whatever. I really don't want to, bother you with numbers. But one of the things that really stood out to me in the book, and it was Russell Simmons writing it, not me, so I'm just quoting, and he says, 65 billion animals killed every single year. 65 billion. You know how many animals that is? I don't think that our grandfathers and grandmothers killed or ate that many animals back in the days. 65 billion animals that needed space to live. You know how much space that is in the United States that we need to put animals somewhere? 65 billion animals that need food to eat. All that food that we need to grow for them needs a lot of water. That's where the water wasting is coming in, but I'll get to that next. 65 billion that need to drink water. Again, all that water these animals need to drink. And we wonder why we have droughts. Is it because we're washing our car too many times? I don't think so. 65 billion animals that need to piss and shat every day. Again, I'm quoting from the book. I didn't make that up. Piss and shit every day. I'll get to that one as well later. But yeah, back to wasting the water. Farm animals use more than half the water consumed in the United States. Half. Do you know how much water that is? And when you hear on the radio and they tell you, just take a quick cold shower, don't wash your car because of the drought, blah, 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 blah. It's like, how about we don't raise that many animals that need to drink that much water, or we need to water that much food for them, and maybe we wouldn't have a drought. Because 65 billion per year animals, that is a lot. And that's a lot of water we are wasting. Listen to this fact. This is mind-blowing. Really is. It really, truly is. The water needed to produce 10 pounds of steak is the same as the amount an average household uses in 1 year. You let this sink in? I'm going to tell you again. The water needed to produce 10 pounds of steak, which is not really that much, is the same as the amount an average household uses in 1 year. I'm going to let this sink in. I can't begin to tell you how many celebrities are vegans, how many, celebrities have joined the club, joined the cult, because some people think veganism is a cult, and it's not. It's not a religion, it's not a cult. And yeah, vegans are very outspoken, they're very aggressive, but that's because they want you to understand, they want to teach you, they want to open your eyes. They literally, because it's like a lot of people out there don't get it. It's like they don't get it. It's like if I would tell you, hey, I found gold, wouldn't you at least listen to me? It's kind of like the same thing, okay? If there's so many people and so many sources and so many facts and so many studies made about veganism, why are you still listening to commercials telling you should drink milk? Why are you listening to commercials, trying to sell their meat to you? It's like just because we've been doing it for years and years and hundreds of years does not make it right, okay? There could be something else out there that's better than what we've been doing. So why not at least listen to it and see if there is something that you can take from that? For example, Bill Clinton. He's the prime example. He always be sticking in my head since I've been reading the book. He almost basically cured himself. He damn near died of heart disease, okay? And I think one of his doctors kept telling him, you need to stop eating meat, you need to go vegan, your heart can handle it, you will die, you will die. Well, guess what? He's basically healed himself. He listened to his doctor, and after, I don't know how many operations he had, but he changed his lifestyle. He's healthy now. He's happy now. And there's so many other people that, there's so many other things that you can, research online that have cured themselves. People that had cancer, their life has improved. They have gotten a cure or almost cured, or basically there's so many good things in becoming a vegan. So not only your health, because I mean it's crazy how it will improve your health and the way that you feel, and not to mention the environment, how we can save water, how we can help the ozone hole, because the farting, the gas that animals produce, and listen again, 65 billion animals per year produce so much gas. The cows produce so much gas. That's why our ozone hole is so big. But again, you can do your research on that by yourself. So there's just so many things that your health and the environment pertain. But have you ever thought about the whole inhumane ways animals are being treated? Animals are being slaughtered every single day. I mean, it is truly, truly mind-blowing. It is truly, truly disturbing. Again, from the book, Animals Killed for Their Meat in America. Every minute, 38,000. Every hour, 2.3 million. Every day, over 55 million animals are being killed just for our consumption, just for our taste buds. 55 million every day, just so we can have bacon and we can eat. And there is no humane slaughtering either. Again, if you read the book, it's very detailed. It's very disturbing. For example, male beef cows are being dehorned and castrated without any painkillers. They just slice it off, or they just tie them up and they just, castrate them. I mean, that's, one little part of it. The stunt guns they use before they slaughter animals, they don't always work. So some of the animals are being slaughtered alive. Most of them are being slaughtered alive. I mean, the pain these animals are going through, the laying hens, the milk cows. I mean, it is. I can't even begin to talk about it. Again, you can read it in the book. Or you can watch some of those documentaries that have been done, such as Earthlings. I still have not brought myself to watch it. I'm scared to watch it because I know I'm going to be an emotional wreck probably for weeks, if not forever. I'm going to be scarred. Joaquin Phoenix is narrating it. He's a vegan as well. Beyonce is a vegan. Jay-Z is a vegan. I mean, J-Lo is a vegan. The list goes on and on and on. A lot of vegans out there. But Joaquin Phoenix is narrating the documentary, and I will watch it. And after I watch it, I probably will do a YouTube video. And I know it's going to be disturbing, and I'm just probably going to be a wreck. But I think everybody out there should watch it, because we closing our eyes and not looking at what really is going on. When I was younger, I always thought, farm-raised animals, it probably happens, here and there. There's a couple of farms, and, the rest of the animals are, outside on green grass, enjoying the life. And really, it's the opposite. I mean, there's very, very, very few farms left out there that really have, real farms with cows and chickens and all of that. But most of it is happening in these huge farms, inside. These animals never see light of day. These animals have no space. It's awful. So I urge everybody get the book, read this, The Happy Vegan. And no, Russell Simmons is not paying me to do promotion. I read the book and it just really changed my life. And that's the reason I did this video. And watch the documentary, Earthlings. There's some other documentaries out there, I know, but that's the one I really want to watch, so hopefully I can get myself to do so. And I will continue to be vegan as much as I possibly can. I'm not gonna lie, I've slipped up here and there, and I had a slice of pizza with real cheese on it, but I really try not to, and I really try to open my eyes, and I really try to think about before I eat, think about before I order, think about before I go to the grocery store, and really be aware of what I'm buying and what I'm eating. Because in the long run, it will help my body, it will help my health, it will help the environment. And when some people say, well, one person can't make a change, and it's like, well, if it's one person multiplied by millions and millions of people that live out there, then we can make a change. And if you think you can't save the earth, well, you know what? Don't do it for you then. Do it for your children. Do it for your grandchildren. Do it for the people that will be alive after you're gone. Because if we keep continuing doing what we're doing, this earth is not going to be much longer. And I understand, nobody's going to live forever and there is extinction, etc., etc. But it's like, why do we have to speed it up? And what we're doing, we are speeding it up, and we are going to kill this world very, very soon, because there's not going to be, an endless supply of everything. Just think about it, make a change. Even if it's just like a little change, even if it's just here and there. Step by step. You don't have to become, a vegan overnight. You don't. But even if you make a little change here and there, it will help. It really will help. Anyways, thanks for watching. I know it was a long video, but I just had to do it. And, you agree with me or you don't agree with me, I don't care. I know what I believe, and I know what I need to do for myself. And I hope that, I touch some of you guys out there, and you are going to, maybe do your homework and watch some documentaries or read a book or just, make a change. Make a change. Do it for you. Do it for you. Do it for the environment. And do it to stop this horrible, horrible animal abuse. I love you guys.